Good evening and welcome. On the news tonight, federal government takes delivery of homemade hybrid CNG-powered buses for affordable transportation. President Bola Tinubu swears in Esther Walsin-Jack as new head of service of the Federation. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu tours Wole Soyinka Center for Culture assures work completion in 3 months. And on the international scene, President Vladimir Putin vows to kick Ukraine out after offensive inside Russia. We'll bring you details in a moment. Please stay with us. Thank you for joining us. I am Adetola Kayode. You're welcome. Utilizing natural gas to power the nation's transportation industry is the next step, and with Nigeria's vast gas resources, it is an economic necessity that must be embraced with innovativeness and determination. President Bola Tinubu hinted this while taking delivery of the first batch of hybrid-powered CNG buses at the forecourts of the presidential villa. President Tinubu explained that Nigeria can enhance her energy competitiveness and bring about transformative changes towards prosperity that the present administration is working hard to accomplish for the people.
Along with the CNG and being convertible is very encouraging and promising to enhance our transportation system. Countries like India have mandated CNG for all commercial vehicles since 2004. And in Nigeria, commercial vehicles make up about 80% of our petrol demand, costing us trillions of naira each month. The solution is here. We have it. We will work on it. We promise you. Definitely, things will get better, prosperity will be achieved.
What we have just seen today is a fulfillment of the president's promise that Nigeria is going to move gradually away from very expensive PMS to the CNG that is really very cheap and very affordable to most Nigerians. What this means is that Nigerians are going to be saving money. The environment is also going to be cleaner because fossil fuels are usually less environmentally friendly. The CNG initiative is one that designed to first save money for Nigerians and secondly also make the environment cleaner and more habitable for all of us.
At least every state you go to in Nigeria, you should be able to see these CNG buses. And that's what is so important, that there are CNG buses and they are supposed to bring down the cost of transportation. As we heard the president say that 80% of fuel is being spent on commercial vehicles, and we're hoping that this one will, to a large extent, enhance our stride to prosperity in Nigeria.
Meanwhile, each of these hybrid-powered buses are capable of transporting 100 persons, and they also have alternative use of diesel. The buses have been designed, manufactured, and delivered by a Nigerian company based in Nnewi. And President Bola Tinubu has sworn in Esther Wolfson-Jack as the head of Civil Service HOS of the Federation. The swearing-in took place in Abuja on Monday before the Federal Executive Council meeting. During a valedictory session held in honor of the immediate past HOS Folashade Yemi Esan, President Tinubu tasked public servants to be dedicated to work while hailing Esan for her commitment to duty. Tinubu applauded her dedication to enhancing efficiency and transparency, noting that her professionalism has set a high standard for public administration in Nigeria. The federal government says it is now mandatory for all government organizations and agencies to procure military hardware from the military industrial complex at the Defense Industry Corporation, DICON, Kaduna. While addressing the news conference in Abuja ahead of the 60th anniversary of DICON, the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Defense, Ibrahim Kana, says it is only when the desired hardware is unavailable at DICON that government organizations will be allowed to make procurements abroad. Kana explained that the new DICON Act, signed into law by President Bola Tinubu, mandates government agencies to look inward for military hardware procurement to contribute to Nigeria's national development and national security. It said such patronage is capable of boosting foreign exchange earnings through local production of defense equipment, in addition to creating jobs for skilled Nigerians and reducing capital flight to foreign nations. And here in Lagos, renovation works on the National Arts Theatre, which has been ongoing for about 5 years, are winding down. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu disclosed this when he inspected the national symbol of entertainment and culture, commending the status and level of work done. I have details in this report. Very soon, this gigantic edifice, formerly known as the National Arts Theatre and now Wole Soyinka Center for Culture and Creative Arts, will be thrown open for public use in about 2 to 3 months, all things being equal. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is here to tour the facility, going through the final checks of repair and refurbishing, which began in 2019, courtesy the Lagos State Government and the Bankers Committee. Sanwo-Olu gave kudos for the level of work done to restore the glory of the national treasure, describing it as transformative and a one-stop shop for both local and international events.
What that we have seen today is that we've brought back the whole glory, even in a bigger, in a better, in a more transformative form than what it used to be. And I think I need to commend, all of the professionals that have put this together. They have truly shown us that when we put our mind to things as a country, as a people, we can get the best out of ourselves.
The governor says the fully equipped iconic structure with conference center, banquet hall, arts and culture gallery, cinema rooms, parking facilities and security will be the cynosure of all eyes when it begins full operations.
Just the final details that I'm sure they'll be putting, furniture and cleaning and just to complete. And they said in another 2-3 months, it should be, at a stage where we'll be ready to receive, the entire public. He also now have an additional flavor of an arts, a cultural center added all to it. And by the way, the terrain also that were built all around there speaks to the entire infrastructure that has made this place, a working space.
President Bola Tinubu had about a month ago renamed the National Arts Theatre after the Nobel laureate and literary icon Professor Wole Soyinka. The Center for Performing Arts in Nigeria, now known as Wole Soyinka Center for Culture and Creative Arts, was completed in 1976 ahead of Festac 77. Adetola Kayode, OTV News. Over 5 million children will benefit free child health services across Lagos. Wife of the Lagos State Governor, Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, disclosed this at the official flag-off ceremony of the 2024 Maternal, Newborn, Child and Adolescent Health Plus Week. Health correspondent Aminat Elegushi reports.
The wife of Lagos State Governor Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu arrived here at the city center Lagos Island to officially flag off the year 2024 Maternal, Newborn Child and Adolescent Health Plus Nutrition Week. Welcomed by health officials, nursing mothers and other stakeholders, Dr. Sanwo-Olu says the initiative is to promote the well-being and survival of women and children.
We are aware that a baby survival is closely tied to adequate nutrition. And so we greet all our mothers here for breastfeeding our children religiously. Thank you very much. Despite our efforts in keeping our children alive, we have the infant mortality of 47 per 1,000 live births. We encourage our mothers to please exclusively breastfeed our children.
She emphasized that the state government has zero tolerance for sexual and domestic violence, adding that adolescents and youths in the state remain a priority during the week-long event.
It is our collective responsibility to ensure that all individuals in our community are aware of and take full advantage of this week's activities. I extend my gratitude to all the executive chairmen of the 57 LGAs, LCDAs in Lagos State and their wives for their unwavering support for this life-saving program. I also appeal for continued support in all forms to maximize the benefit for our children.
It is wise to put more emphasis on disease prevention and early detection than finding cure. Promoting healthy lifestyles for the family is therefore of valuable importance, and these include the practice of adequate dietary diversity, personal hygiene, physical exercise, adequate rest, eliminating addictions, medical screening, and more importantly, getting help when necessary.
The event, which will run from Monday 12th of August to Friday 16th of August 2024, will offer free routine immunization, vitamin A supplementation, deworming, growth monitoring, malnutrition screening, and the management of malnourished children. Aminat Elegushi, LTV News.
And Bariga residents in Lagos have been advised to imbibe proper environmental hygiene. Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, gave the advice during an advocacy campaign and cleanup exercise in the area. Bukola Taylor-Cole reports.
It is the turn of Bariga LCDA as the community-based environmental sanitation awareness team visited the area to clean up and sensitize residents on the importance of prioritizing environmental cleanliness in their daily lives. The team is led by the Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab.
Let us take ownership of our environment and be clean. From when you wake up, take care of your environment, take care of everything around you. And then the cause and effects will be positive on our health infrastructure if the environment is well taken care of. And that's the message for Lagosians.
Addressing the state government officials, the chairman of the LCDA, Kolade Alabi, assures them that residents of Bariga will support the Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration's drive to ensure a clean environment.
There's going to be a whole lot of take home from the people by the time we address them and tell them do this and don't do that. And of course, on the part of the council, we will definitely key into the gauntlet that they have thrown and ensure that we also cascade this sensitization and advocacy down to the local council. We will do that as a local government.
The advocacy team is expected to tour all the nooks and crannies in Lagos to ensure the initiative is embraced by every Lagos resident. Bukola Taylor-Cole, LTV News.
For years, communities along the coastline have fallen victim to ocean surges. Environment correspondent Bukola Taylor Cole visited one of such communities in Lagos, Akodo Ise, and reports that residents cannot sleep with their two eyes closed as they fear the ocean will consume them one day. Here's Bukola's report.
As a coastal city, sea level rise is one of the major impacts of climate change. The rise in sea level is causing coastal flooding and erosion, as well as the loss of coastal habitats that provide natural shoreline protection against the ocean surge. Now, the loss of these habitats is increasing the number of communities at risk in Lagos. This is Akodo Ise, a serene coastal community in Lekki LCDA. Akodo Ise has been in existence for over 150 years, with the dwellers engaging in fishing, coconut trade and farming. Today, Akodo Ise is being threatened by the sea. These natives recall the good old days when coconut trees lined up the shoreline.
When I was born, you can see in this front, like you can sell a mine. Every yard is full of coconuts. At least before you can see, maybe you are going to see, you want to see, it's like it's a mile far. You are going to pass through a lot of coconut, different family with different coconut tree, because that is their main source of income.
Presently, Akodo Ise is a shadow of its old self as a result of ocean surge, with tidal waves devouring the community's infrastructure as residents watch helplessly.
It's annoying in the middle of the night. If you don't wake up on time, it will affect us. We are not safe as far as the ocean is concerned now. We are not safe.
My primary school is Jakondi Primary School, and it's very far away from the sea before, but everything has gone. If you can look at this foundation here, you can see the foundation of Jakondi Primary School. You can see what the ocean surge has done to the people of this community. Even the students, they are not really enough, they are fear enough sometimes to come to school because of the ocean surge.
The first stage started, taking the burial grounds out. Even before we know, the grounds already in the ocean. Before we know everything, because it cannot be, junction up then. We have to be, taking the burial ground together. That means the person is going to follow the ocean. We have to leave it when it's surging.
87-year-old Noibat Jinodu now lives in the hut after her home was swept away by the sea.
When the ocean surge starts, everyone would run helter-skelter. The ocean destroyed my house 4 times, and now I live in a makeshift hut.
I was a house owner, but now a tenant. It is not good enough for people to say they are going to the Bale's house, and only to find out the sea has swept away Bale's house. I am appealing to the federal and state governments to come to our aid.
On its part, the Lagos State government says it is taking measures to solve the challenges.
We want to know what the problem is. Where were we 100 years ago? I mean, this is not new or strange to us. We saw what happened in Victoria Island when we nearly lost Victoria Island, and they had to do something to it. We're actually in talks with CDR, and we're looking at them carrying out the research and then letting us know what the problems. We're talking forces of nature here. We must know what to do before we take on nature. Otherwise, we may end up creating more problems than solving the problem.
The government assures residents that it will not fold its hands and watch the ocean destroy the community.
Understanding how they feel, I think it's also important to know that, to put their minds at rest. I will definitely and personally be going there to observe firsthand and to engage with them and put their minds at rest.
The impact of rising sea levels and ocean surge is both an environmental and an economic problem which requires immediate action. Bukola Taylor Cole, LTV News.
The reinstated Deputy Governor of Edo State, Philip Shaibu, has resumed office and has directed his staff to follow suit. In a video broadcast, Shaibu mandated those yet to resume work since his reinstatement to do so or face the consequences. According to him, the judgment of the Federal High Court, which reinstated him, indicated that his office has never been vacant, while warning banks carrying out transactions with the office of the Deputy Governor of Edo State without his express consent about the illegality of such transactions. He also expressed sadness over the killing of a police officer attached to the Edo APC governorship candidate for the September 21 election. Shaibu explained that upon his return to office, he had requested the state governor's approval for the reinstatement of his aides, but has still not received a response to this formal request. You're still watching the news on Lagos Television. Still ahead. President Bola Tinubu celebrates Nigerian youths, extols their digital creativity as the world marks International Youth Day. That's in a moment. Please stay with us.
For 14 years, the Lagos State Building Control Agency, LABCA, has been on a mission to enforce building regulations, ensuring every structure meets the minimum safety standards. Established in 2010 under the Lagos State Urban and Regional Planning and Development Law, LABCA is the foremost building control agency in Nigeria and is inviting all stakeholders to its second annual Building Sector Stakeholders Engagement 2024 with the theme Professionalism Across Board in the Built Environment. Date Thursday, 15th August 2024 at the Balmoral Convention Center, Mobolaji Bank, Anthony Way, Keja, Lagos, by 10 a.m. This event is strictly by invitation. So, if you're an architect, developer, builder, engineer, or property owner, remember that LABCA will hold you accountable for the design and construction of safe, healthy, energy efficient, and environmentally friendly buildings in Lagos. Lagos State Building Control Agency, LABCA. Build right, save lives for a greater Lagos.
Thanks for staying tuned. President Bola Tinubu has celebrated Nigerian youths extolling their creative zeal to drive digital adoption, trends, and innovation in Nigeria and beyond. As the world marks International Youth Day, the day is celebrated every August 12, and the 2024 theme is From Clicks to Progress, Youth Digital Pathways for Sustainable Development. President Tinubu affirms that within the nation's youth lies the excellent spirit and pearl of transformation to digitally innovate Nigeria to prosperity and global acclaim. The president acknowledges the strides of the youth in diverse spheres, especially in developing billion-dollar technologies and innovation to make the world a more prosperous and evolved place. The Digital and Creative Enterprises Program, the 3 Million Technical Talent Scheme, the Skill Up Artisans Program, and the National Youth Talent Export Program are also some of the programs to empower the nation's young people and create millions of IT and technical jobs that will make them globally competitive. The United Nations Information Center, in collaboration with Strategic Mentoring Initiative and Leadership Empowerment, SMILE, says mentorship provides guidance, support, and valuable life lessons that can help youths navigate challenges, build confidence, and achieve their goals. This was the opinion at the Youth Summit to commemorate International Youth Day. You have details in Jamiu Shinobi's report.
In commemoration of International Youth Day, the United Nations Information Center, UNIC, in collaboration with Strategic Mentoring Initiative and Leadership Empowerment, SMILE, organized the Youth Summit, emphasizing the vital role of mentorship in shaping the future of young people. with the theme Youth Digital Pathways for Sustainable Development. Speakers underscore how mentorship provides essential guidance, support, and life lessons that enable youth to overcome challenges, build confidence, and achieve their goals while focusing on digital generation visionaries.
I do not believe artificial intelligence is the future. I believe natural intelligence is the future, right? And when you think about it, you know that artificial intelligence is the product of our mind. So the moment young people are able to think through how can we use our mind to produce solutions for our local problems.
As a young person, you're able to use the digital tools that you have to, create your future or forge your future. The interesting thing about being digital is that digital can be used for good and it can be used for bad as well.
If you want to have digital innovation in any country, you need to focus on training young people and training young people in the STEM courses. When we say STEM, we mean science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We realize that societies develop when you have innovations and when the young people are trained and have skills that will enable them to improve their societies.
Our youth are critical stakeholders to developments and are critical stakeholders to solutions, and we have continued to undermine their capacity to help us move things forward in different areas.
Participants say the mentorship received has significantly impacted their perspectives and aspirations.
When we are able to work on our mind, work on the mind of youths, work on the mind of people, then we have the solution. Because even technology itself, or AI, if you want to focus, if you want to niche it down, AI is born out of the mind of humans. So basically, the solution to Nigeria's problem, or any problem we have in Nigeria, is we ourselves as humans and our mind.
A lot of youths are actually very creative, but they do not know how to go about that which they can do. There's a challenge in our generation where we just depend solely on what technology can do, and we're not ready to think. And I think it's a thing for the youth of our generation.
We should stop seeing the youth as a problem. When we think youth, we're thinking of unemployment, we're thinking of issues. We need to change the dynamics and begin to think of them as assets, because we haven't had that orientation. That's why we've not been able to fully draw from what they have to offer us to move us forward.
Collaborative efforts like this one will create a generation of empowered, confident, and capable young leaders and ensure a brighter future for all.
As the world marks International Youth Day, the Lagos State Ministry of Youth and Social Development has rolled out activities to mark the day. Commissioner in charge of the ministry at the press conference highlighted the various activities scheduled to celebrate and empower youths in this state, leveraging on digital technology. Olatudu Yusuf has details in this report.
Celebrated globally every year, the International Youth Day is another opportunity to spotlight issues affecting youth in the society, recognizing these myriads of challenges and also reaffirming its commitment to their growth and development. The Lagos State government, through the Ministry of Youth and Social Development, has continued to empower and equip thousands of young people with different programs and opportunities.
We have launched the LAGUP, which is the Lagos State Upskill Program, which aims to equip over 100,000 young people with digital and employable skills. We also partnered with the Lagos State Resident Registration Agency, the LASRA, to begin registering all young people in Lagos State between the ages of 18 and 35. Ensuring accurate data collection for effective planning and resource allocation. Last year, we organized the Amplifier Business Clinic for young entrepreneurs, where participants learned various strategies for business success. They were also attached to mentors, and they received startup tools and financial support to scale their enterprises.
To celebrate this year's International Youth Day with a theme From Clicks to Progress, Youth Digital Pathways for Sustainable Development.
We will be engaging in a variety of events that aim to equip our youth with the skills and knowledge they need to thrive in a rapidly changing world. From digital skills training to entrepreneurial development, from discussions on mental health to initiatives aimed at fostering creativity and innovation.
On Saturday, the 24th of August, 2024, we will be holding a youth engagement summit with several youth development officers, youth development practitioners, NGOs, relevant MDAs, and we will also be inaugurating our technical working group on youth engagement. On Tuesday, the 27th of August 2024, we will be holding a grand march past parade by our uniformed voluntary organizations for Mr. Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, and all other critical stakeholders of the state. We will also be presenting our grants to the winners of the Amplifier Business Clinic Entrepreneur Pitch Campus.
Apart from the lined-up activities, 150 participants of the Young Entrepreneurs Pitch Competition will also get free training in different skills. Olatudo Yusuf, LTV News.
And with over 60% of the population under age 30, Nigerian youths hold immense potential to shape the country's future across various sectors. This special report by Jamiu Shonobi emphasizes that young people are not just leaders of tomorrow, but active participants in today's economic, social, and political landscape. Here's Jamiu's report. We'll bring you that report later. The West African Examinations Council, WAEC, has officially released the results for the 2024 West African Senior School Certificate Examination. Head of the WAEC Nigeria National Office, Amos Dangote, made the special announcement, revealing that out of the 1,805,216 candidates who participated in the 2024 exam, 1,332,089 achieved credits in 5 subjects, including either mathematics or English language. 1,301,949 candidates obtained credits in 5 subjects that included both mathematics and English language, representing 72.9% of the total examinees. Dangote stated that this year's performance marks a 7.6% decline from the previous year. He noted that the results of 215,267 candidates, representing 11.92% of the total, have been withheld due to allegations of examination malpractice. These withheld results underscore the ongoing challenges faced by WAEC in ensuring the integrity of its examination processes. He added that they need not restate the fact that the results of candidates who were sponsored by states indebted to the council will not be released now until payment is made, and appeal to the consent to do so to enable the affected schools' candidates access to their results. And 44 students have graduated from Antazil schools for the 2023-2024 academic session. The head of schools, Ibrahim Shonola, says the collective efforts and determination of the students have led to their remarkable achievements, setting a high standard for future graduates. We have details in Jamiu Shonobi's report.
It is a day of celebration and reflection as Antazil Schools holds their valedictory and Hafla program, marking the end of an academic journey for the graduating students. The 2023-2024 set, tagged The Elite, has engaged in series of activities including Quranic and Hadith memorization, Islamic studies, and secular activities to complete their final academic session. The event, which brought together students, parents, and teachers, highlights the importance of education, character building, and spiritual growth, which has been the guiding tools for the school.
Values, the teachings that we have impacted in them while they were in school, that they carried those teachings outside the school in terms of dedication to their studies, in terms of focus and faith in Allah.
The secular education definitely is needed for this life. And Islamic education is needed for both here and hereafter. And if you can see the students, you can see a lot of them speaking Arabic. You can see a lot of them, they've done so well in the academics.
So it's about being able to understand life, worship our Creator, and get the best of the life, and also being able to serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the hereafter. And so far so good, I can say that I will give Atenzil A+.
The head of schools, Ibrahim Shonola, commended the students' hard work, dedication and commitment, with emphasis on the knowledge and values impacted on them as a strong foundation for their future endeavors.
We acknowledge that the journey was not without its challenges. However, through collective effort and determination, we have reached the milestone.
Parents and guardians expressed their pride in the achievements of their children, noting that the holistic education provided by At-Tanzil schools has prepared them well for the challenges ahead.
It has been a very lovely one. I really enjoyed it. I'm proud to be a student of At-Tanzil schools. I feel like I've been equipped with the relevant knowledge to go out to the world and make an impact.
Teachers are competent, hardworking teachers, combining secular, Quran and Arabic together. It's been a really great experience.
You can bring your child there, you will never regret it.
We've imparted a lot of positive things into them in terms of academics, in terms of moral. So I expect them to go out there to make changes into the world, to be a complete Muslim, a complete leader with what we have taught them in terms of the deen, in line with the Sunnah, in line with the Quran and Sunnah of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
At-Tanzil Schools is an institution dedicated to providing a well-rounded education that aligns with the Quran and the Sunnah, while also instilling strong leadership values in its students.
Nigeria will be a better place when leaders imbibe the spirit of service above self. This was the consensus at the installation of Rotarian Bukola Lamu as the 21st second female president and fundraising ceremony of Ewututun Rotary Club under the International District 9111 Nigeria. Ayola Adelisi reports.
Established in 1980 as a humanitarian service organization in Nigeria, the Rotary Club of Ewututun prides itself on the principles of the four-way test of truth, fairness, goodwill, and better friendship that is beneficial to all. The Rotary Club of Ewututun says since the inception of the organization in 2004, it has worked on provision of water and sanitation, improving literacy, youth empowerment, and other humanitarian services, which it intends to continue with proceeds from the fundraising events.
Our projects have touched lives, our fellowship has fostered bond, and our community, our commitment to service has inspired change. Today, as I step into this role, I am reminded of a quote by Helen Keller. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much.
Members of the club highlight the achievements of the club and its future plans.
We will continue to identify and address the pressing needs within our community, ensuring that our projects not only provide immediate relief, but also create sustainable, long-term benefits and neonatal projects.
We are more concerned about the youths that are in there to make sure we make plans for them to be better and have value to their lives, remain focused, and have their vision for life. So it is something we've been looking at, and we also try and move down within the environment and see where there are issues on ground. Like there are places we've found out that we have children that we are all picked from the streets, and they are being trained to be good Nigerians.
Bring young people, we bring them together, we train them in different categories like catering,
fashion design, also hairdressing. So this vocational training is like a capital project of the club that we use to empower people. And after empowering the youths, we give them tools that they can use to stand and be on their own. And also we erected a water project like a borehole. We did that also. And also environmental projects within our community and beyond.
She has started her projects already. There's a project that is a great one, which has to do with food banking. And the foods are already coming into the bank. We're going to disseminate these items to the less privileged in the society. She's doing a great job.
Awards of recognition were presented to individuals and corporate organizations for their service to humanity and their support for the club all through the years. Ayola Adelesi, LTV News.
And still to come in the news. 36 states receive 39.62 billion naira as ecological fund allocation in 1 year. That's in business news. Please stay with us.
On Business News tonight, the National Bureau of Statistics says Nigeria's 36 states received 39.62 billion naira as ecological fund allocations from June 2023 to June 2024 from the Federation Account Allocation Committee. The Ecological Fund is a crucial part of Nigeria's federal revenue allocation, specifically designated to address various environmental challenges nationwide, including erosion, desertification, flooding, oil spills, and drought. The fund is drawn from the Federation account at a rate of 2%, with the primary objective of assisting all tiers of government in tackling ecological problems. Over the past year, the disbursements reflect the varying degrees of environmental challenges faced across Nigeria, with funds allocated based on the severity of these challenges. The Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation has said that about 82.36% of the depositors of failed Heritage Bank have been paid. The corporation said that it commenced the payment of verified depositors within 4 days of the liquidation of the bank. In the discharge of its deposit guarantee mandates, the corporation began the payment of the insured deposits of 5 million naira maximum per depositor. This was achieved using bank verification numbers as a unique identifier to locate depositors' alternate accounts in other banks. The NDIC added that 17.64% of the insured deposits yet to be paid were largely depositors whose accounts had posted no debit instructions or had no BVN. Others are those with no alternative accounts in other banks or accounts with KYC limits on the maximum lodgements per day and are yet to come forward for verification. Subsequently, after the full payment of both insured and uninsured portion of deposits, the corporation will proceed with the payment of creditors in accordance with priority of claim as provided in the extant law. The management of the Edo Refinery and Petrochemicals Company Limited has raised alarm over the persistent lack of crude oil despite being a fully functional 1,000 barrels per day stream crude oil refinery. The management said despite the directive by President Bola Tinubu mandating the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited to supply crude oil to the Dangote Petroleum Refinery and other modular refineries in the country, the Edo Refinery is yet to get any crude from the relevant authorities. The spokesman of the company said the management of the refinery is facing significant challenges due to persistent lack of crude oil supply. He added that the company has existing crude oil supply agreements with other oil companies since 2022, but bureaucratic bottlenecks have prevented the refinery from accessing the much-needed resources. The spokesperson noted that despite meetings, correspondences, and communications with NNPC over the past 3 years, nothing has been done. And that's all on Business News. Up next are today's figures on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange.
President Bola Tinubu has congratulated the Tigress coach, Rena Wakama, on her recognition as the best coach of women's basketball at the Paris 2024 Olympics. The Nigeria women's basketball team, the Tigress, put up a spectacular performance at the Olympics, becoming the first African basketball team to play in the quarterfinals at the Olympic Games. President Tinubu states that the recognition of Wakama by the International Basketball Federation FIBA further confirms her well-established leadership qualities and dedication to excellence. The president commends the team, the coach, and all those who played a part in the unprecedented feat at the Olympics, enjoining them not to relent or become crestfallen, but remain resilient and determined for greatness. President Tinubu affirms that winning trophies and medals is the ultimate goal in competitive sport, but nothing can take the place of good sportsmanship, discipline, and sacrifice shown by all those who held the Nigerian flag at the Olympic Games. The president thanked the Nigerian contingent and wishes them success in their respective endeavors. President Paralympics Committee Nigeria Sunday Odebode has assured that Team Nigeria will surpass the 2020 Tokyo Paralympic Games performance at the forthcoming Paris 2024 Games. Odebode revealed the target in Lagos, calling for support and prayers from all Nigerians as the team departs the shore of Nigeria on a training tour of Germany with 24 athletes. At the Tokyo 2020 Games, Team Nigeria won 10 medals, 4 gold, 1 silver and 5 bronze, bidding the contingent farewell at the Murtala Muhammad International Airport. Odebode expressed optimism that the team will excel in Paris, but refuses to promise certain number of medals. The PCN president stated that athletes have been camping for over 3 weeks with serious training before embarking on the foreign training tour aimed to boost their morale and knowledge.
Today we are moving to the Sabo camp for the training camp to prepare for the Paris 2024. Nigerians should keep praying, support people living with disability. As you all know, people living with disability will make Nigeria proud, as they are the face of parasport in Nigeria and Africa.
Team Nigeria will participate in 4 sports: para-badminton, para-athletics, para-table tennis, and para-powerlifting. The athletes expressed readiness to compete and make the country proud at the Paralympic Games.
I can see all my colleagues, everybody is ready for the battle. We have been training, camping is okay. Training coaches, crew, they are good, perfect. And the training tour we are even going to in Germany, I think we will do more.
The 2024 Paralympic Games will hold in Paris, the French capital, from August 28 to September 10. Team Nigeria has participated in every edition of the Paralympic Games, amassing a total of 80 medals. Lagos Bulls Rugby Football Club female team defeated R2 Finesse Rugby Football Club in the women's category at the ongoing Nigeria Rugby League Association Championship. The Southern Conference tie decided over the weekend saw Bulls ladies score 9 try and 1 conversion to record 38-18 win, having defeated R2 Finesse ladies during the first phase of the championship in Lagos. Despite putting up a much improved performance, R2 Finesse were completely outplayed in the Week 6 encounter decided at CMS Grammar School in Bariga. The NLRA 2024 Championship also provided opportunity for female players to play in competitive shape ahead of the women's national team upcoming World Cup qualifiers against Kenya. Welfare Manager Nigeria Rugby League Wuraola Hussein says the women's team is expected to resume camp while seeking support from corporate organizations to aid Nigeria's quest to win the World Cup qualifiers.
We know that once they get to that world level, I know rugby will be more recognized in Nigeria. We are being recognized, they are getting to know us. But by the time we get to World Cup, Nigerians will appreciate us more. They will see our efforts, all the efforts of not being sleeping all day for the girls to be there. We went to Ghana, we won. So we are going to Kenya now. Very definitely we will win.
In the male category, R2 Finesse RFC defeated Lagos Rhinos RFC 78-8, while the tension-soaked encounter between Lagos Bulls RFC and Lagos Trinity RFC ended 24-12 in favor of the Bulls.
And straight on to the international scene where we hear Russia's President Vladimir Putin has vowed to kick the enemy out of its territory as Ukraine pushes on with its surprise offensive inside the country. Some 121,000 persons have been evacuated from Russia's western Kursk region, with another 59,000 told to leave. Ukrainian forces have advanced up to 18 miles, that's 30 kilometers, inside Russia, the deepest incursion since Moscow's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Belgorod, which neighbors the Kursk region, is also evacuating residents, and the regional government has issued a missile alert telling people to shelter in their basements. Ukraine now controls around 1,000 square kilometer territory in Russia's Kursk region and is continuing its military offensive. And it's now time for us to check out what tomorrow's weather will look like. And just before we go, let's take another look at our top stories. The federal government has taken delivery of the first batch of homemade hybrid CNG-powered buses to promote affordable transportation. President Bola Tinubu has sworn in Esther Walson-Jack as the new head of service of the Federation. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu third ongoing work at the Wole Soyinka Center for Culture assured completion of work in 3 months. And on the international scene, we told you that President Vladimir Putin has vowed to kick Ukraine out after offensive inside Russia. And for more news, please connect with Lagos Television on these social media platforms.